Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to be building a vanity from IKEA. It's going to be a little bit of a DIY situation, just because there's some parts of the vanity that we kind of have to just fit together. It doesn't actually come built together. I had to get the two Alex drawers. What, mommy? I had to get the two Alex drawers, and I'm using the KOMPLEMENT pull-out drawer and the KOMPLEMENT glass table. So I'll put everything in the description as well as the sizes, because there are different size options for the KOMPLEMENT drawer and table depending on how long you want it. I picked the middle size, and I think we're going to be putting it over here somewhere. I'm not sure yet. I'm probably going to need Brian to help me because it involves a drill and I'm not very handy with the drill. So that's the part that's like the hack, because it doesn't come built that way. So we're gonna see how that goes. This might be a 2-day thing because it is pretty late at night. I was supposed to start this after I got out of work, but I procrastinated. So here we are. I'll make sure to include all of the details on how we attach the KOMPLEMENT glass table and the pull-out drawer. Thanks for watching, and let's get to building.
So as with all IKEA, you can't start building until you have the instructions. So I started out by taking out all the pieces, laying everything out, seeing what I had, and then basically just followed the instructions step by step. It was pretty easy. If you would like to just skip this and go straight to the part where I explain how I put the KOMPLEMENT tabletop and pull-out drawer, I'll put a timestamp in the description below.
A base.
After the base was complete, I then started putting all the individual drawers together. This part probably took the longest just because there were several drawers and I had to manually screw in a lot of things.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me forever to build one drawer. I'm probably only gonna be able to finish one Alex drawer tonight, because it is getting pretty late and this is taking me forever. I feel like the second one will be a lot faster just because I already know what I'm doing. I know where all the pieces go. I'm gonna try and finish the first one, but this is only one drawer and I still have like 5 more to go.
Luna, inspecting the new furniture. Alright guys, here we are on day 2 of putting this vanity together. I was able to put together the second Alex drawer a lot quicker. So for the KOMPLEMENT glass tabletop and the KOMPLEMENT pull-out drawer, you're going to take everything out, but you're not going to quite look at the instructions yet because we're going to be doing something a little different, but do hold on to them for after. So we're going to start by installing the glass tabletop. It comes with shelf supports, so basically we're going to be drilling holes in the side of each Alex drawer in order to place these shelf supports and have the glass shelf sit on top. So I placed the shelf support inside the hole and I measured from the front of the shelf to the center hole of the shelf support, and then I also measured from the top of the shelf again to the center of where the shelf support is going to be inserted. As you can see, From the front of the drawer to where I'm making the hole is going to be 2.5 centimeters or 25 millimeters. And the distance from the top of the drawer to where I'm going to make the hole is going to be about 2.4 centimeters or 24 millimeters. After marking with a pencil where I was going to drill my first hole, I then measured from the front of the drawer to the second hole and from the front of the drawer to the last hole. Two things to note: the holes are not equal distance apart from each other, so you need to go and physically measure them. And the complement drawer is slightly shorter than the Alex drawer, so there will be a little bit of space in the back. So from the front of the drawer to the middle hole was 32.3 centimeters, and from the front to the last hole was 54.5 centimeters. After I double checked all my measurements, I then started to drill. I used a 5mm drill bit to make the holes, and then I was easily able to insert the shelf support and secure it with the screw that it comes with a screwdriver. Make sure that you open the drawer before you start drilling, that way you don't accidentally drill into the drawer. Here's another close-up of me making the hole, inserting the shelf support and screwing it in. Once you've drilled all your holes and inserted and secured all of the shelf supports, it's time to place your shelf on top. And now we're moving on to the pull-out drawer. So what I did that I actually didn't film, I put the bracket on the pull-out shelf and I held it up just so I could gauge the distance of how low I wanted it. That's really up to you. If you buy the IKEA inserts, you want to make sure that there's enough clearance so that you can pull the drawer out comfortably. So I drilled the first hole 2.8 centimeters in from the front of the drawer and 8 centimeters down from the top of the drawer. In order to do the second hole, I lined up the bracket with the first hole, made sure that it was laid on straight, and then marked where my second hole is going to be. I use the same size drill bit for these holes as I did for the top shelf. The bracket comes with a cover, so I placed the cover on top and screwed everything in. You can use the instruction booklet to figure out how to put the shelf onto the brackets, but it was fairly easy. All that's left is to place the glass shelf on top, and we're done. And here is the finished product. And we're done. Finally, it only took like a week, but it's finally done and it looks so awesome. I'm so excited. Tell me what you guys think. I already threw some stuff in one of the drawers, but I am going to organize it next. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll put all the measurements in the description below. But yeah, it's looking awesome. I'm super excited. Not sure if I'm gonna keep it here or move it along this wall, but yeah, I also need to get a stool. Thank you guys for watching this video. I